Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in today. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I'm coming to you live from Newton North High School in Newton, Massachusetts. Here to bring you some high school girls lacrosse action between the hosting Newton North High Tigers and the visiting Brookline High Warriors. Looks like I'm encountering some technical issues early on. It's been a bad week for technical difficulties for me. So I'm just gonna see if I can settle this. Make it work good. Anyway, today is senior day for Newton North. They are honoring their seniors. We just missed it. That's my fault. We just missed the honoring of the two Brookline seniors, as in girls lacrosse, they honor both teams' seniors on senior day. For Brookline, those are seniors Lee Mitchell and Jada Kelly. Breezy day out here at Newton North, as you can hear the wind gusting. While Newton North does its pregame ceremony for its senior class of 2022, you can see the Newton North players over here on my right in the white jerseys as they celebrate their seniors. Number 3, Camille Curorias. Number 13, co-captain Jillian Solari. Number 15, Gloria Shepard. Number 22, co-captain Giulia Tulimieri. And lastly, number 26, Audrey Rogue. Might have botched a couple of those pronunciations of the Newton North names. If there are any Newton North fans who happen to be in this live stream, you can let me know in the live chat. And it seems like a PA announcer already corrected me on one. It's Audrey Rogue. And I think I see a number 20 out there among Newton North's players, which number 20 was not on the roster I was given. They said things might be a little different, so not quite sure who number 20 is.
And Captain Giulia Tulimieri, her mom Kim, dad Michael, sisters Lila and Ella.
So it looks like the last one coming out is co-captain number 22, Giulia Tulimieri.
The new North coaching staff that likes you know you all.
And so that was the senior day ceremony for Newton North as they honor their seniors, Camille Curorias, Julian Solari, Gloria Shepard, Giulia Tulimieri, Audrey Rogue, and I think one that just wasn't on my roster. You know, they warned me the rosters were going to be a little different because of senior day, but, you know, we're all doing the best we can. And of course, for Brookline, they got their home senior game on Tuesday as they honored seniors Lee Mitchell and Jada Kelly with a 10-5 victory over Milton High. Brookline now hoping to finish the regular season strong before next week's postseason, while Newton North hoping to honor their seniors with a win. It's Brookline against Newton North, and you always know that's going to be a good one. Let's see if I can run through the rosters real quick before we get this game underway. We're not too far behind schedule. This was a scheduled 4:30 start time, and honestly, with the way this year's been going, if we end up only starting at like 4:45, that's pretty dang good in my book. So let's run through the rosters real quick. First for Brookline, Going in order of jersey number, we have a junior, number 2, Nama Tomer. A freshman, number 3, Sydney Bueno. A freshman, number 4, Sasha Harwin. A junior, number 5, Amali Anderson. A freshman, number 6, Sophia Liu. A junior, number 7, Julia Janowski. A junior, number 8, Riley Lackey. Then we have number 9, Faith Rothstein. Freshman, number 10, Birdie Hawkins. A junior, number 11, Charlotte Smith. A senior captain, number 13, Jada Kelly. A junior, number 14, Dina Nymark Goldberg. A junior, number 16, Fiona Keegan McGlynn. A senior, number 17, Lee Mitchell. A sophomore, number 18, Piper Kelly. A freshman, number 19, Maggie Tian. A junior, number 20, Diane Lee. A sophomore, number 25, Kaylin Karain. A junior, number 26, Annabelle Gardner. And finally, a sophomore, number 28, Abby Cooney. Head coach of the Brookline High girls lacrosse team is Giuliana Malloy. And as it seems like we're still introducing lineups, let me really quick run through the roster for the Newton North High Tigers. Again, in order of jersey number, starting off, we have a senior, number 3, Camille Carorias. A junior, number 4, Arden Hathaway. A junior, number 5, Elena Morris Kelly. A junior, number 7, Shannon McCarthy. A junior, number 8, Lauren Hathaway. A sophomore, number 9, Danielle Morill. A sophomore, number 10, Giuliana Capello. A junior, number 11, Micah Gilpin. A senior co-captain, number 13, Jillian Solari. A senior, number 15, Gloria Shepard. A junior, number 16, Gabby Urardi. A sophomore, number 17, Kaylee Calabro. A junior, number 18, Emma Laredo. A freshman, number 19, Beckett Houston. A junior, number 21, Kate Larson. A senior co-captain, number 22, Julia Tulameri. A junior, number 23, Sophie Larson. A senior, number 26, Audrey Rogue. And finally, a junior, number 30, Devin Ackerley. Head coach of the Newton North High girls lacrosse team is Abby Ananian. So those are your two teams' rosters, and we see Brookline getting ready to take the field. As usual, their starter and recently named team MVP during the Brookline Athletics Banquet, Kaylin Karain, just a sophomore, but shows so much promise between the pipes. She was a wall against Milton High on Tuesday, helping to hold the Wildcats to just 5 goals while Brookline went off for 10, led by 6 goals from freshman Maggie Tian and 3 goals and an assist from fellow freshman Birdie Hawkins. Getting ready for the draw control for Brookline, I believe that is number 28, Abby Cooney. A strong end-to-end player, Cooney is. She showed off a lot of great skill in the defense, the offense, and the transition game against Milton on Tuesday, and had an assist to boot. Joining her in the draw circle will be number 9, Faith Rothstein, and number 11, Charlotte Smith. Facing off against Cooney for the draw will be number 22, Julia Tulameri. We're almost ready to get the first half underway. Brookline, once again, you know it's going to be a show today, so don't turn your eyes away. Here we go. Opening draw flies out of the circle and is scooped up by Newton North for a second, but then ultimately scooped up by Tulameri to keep it with the Tigers. Tulameri moves it into the attack zone, weaves her way through, open chance, shot, and score! Julia Tulameri getting it done in an instant. Scooped up that draw control after it was juggled by number 2, who was not on my roster. But wait, do we have a whistle? Oh, the goal didn't count. What happened? Well, I'm not sure what happened, but Brookline gets a break, and now they work in transition. That pass juggled by Piper Kelly, and now it's a scrum for the ball. Everyone's trying to scoop it up cleanly, and ultimately it is recovered by Newton North's number 9, Danielle Morill. Pass finds 21, Kate Larson. Pass up top to number 7, Shannon McCarthy, who swings it over to number 10, Giuliana Capello. Now over to Tula Mary, who sends it behind the net. Newton North trying to set up their play. Pass now goes to 21, Kate Larson. Larson coming out of the back looking for an option. It's not there. Now sends a pass up top to McCarthy. McCarthy surveying, flips it back over to Kate Larson. Larson starting to charge in, has a bit of a lane, but it's swallowed up, but I think there's a foul going to be called. First to the defense was Annabelle Gardner, but it looks like just a little too physical, and this is going to be a free position chance for Kate Larson. Here we go. Larson charges in, shoots and skips it in for the first goal of the game. Sorry, my keyboard is acting up today, and I do not know why, but there we go. There's goal number 1. Scored by number 21, Kate Larson. We head back to the draw circle, a 1-0 lead for the home team. Draw again, flies towards the Newton North end, but this time scooped up well by Charlotte Smith. Smith bringing it into the attack, and the Brookline offense gets its first look. Smith still charging, still looking, nice pass, shot. It goes in! For a second, I thought it might have been blocked by Rogue, but Maggie Tien finds the back of the net on that shot off a nice assist from Charlotte Smith. Maggie Tien picking up right where she left off on Tuesday. And how about Charlotte Smith? The swift draw control and a great burst into the offensive end where she finished with a nice flip pass over to Tien, who buried the shot to tie this thing up at 1 apiece. Draw doesn't go far this time, and it's going to be scooped up by Tula Mary. Tula Mary, her second draw control of the game already, as she casually brings it into the attack end, allowing her teammates to get set for the play. All tied at 1 apiece here in the first half. A little over 22 minutes still left in it. Quick pass misses the mark, and it's juggled and scooped up by Brookline, and we've got a hard collision. That's going to be a foul against Newton North. Larson tried to send a pass through traffic, too much traffic, and it was scooped up by Abby Cooney, who gets to maintain possession after the penalty call. So the Brookline defense forces its first turnover, and Cooney now running with the ball. Cooney coming around the near side, starting to get trapped. She's got to pass out of this. Sends a retreating pass back to Kelly. Kelly sends it back to Corain, and Corain feeds it over to Charlotte Smith. Smith bringing it up the middle, starting to move to the left. Crosses midfield, heading towards the attack area as it's scooped up by the Tigers. Turnover both ways. There's a nice pass forward. Newton North continues to run it. I'm a bit too far from that side, so I can't quite see the jersey number. But the Tigers do make it into the attack area. Now coming around the back. Is there an opening? Nope, just does not send a pass. I was a little confused there for a second. Number 16, Gabby Urardi, faking me out on that one. But she maintains possession, comes around the back. Trying to escape the double team of Cooney and Mitchell. As she's starting to get trapped, somehow weaves her way through the double team. Buys herself some space. As she now passes over to Tulamari. Tulamari sends it over to Carorias. Carorias running with the ball down the left side, flips it to the back to Kate Larson. Larson coming around the back. No openings. Pulls back. Now swings a pass over to Tulamari. Tulamari back to the corner. I think this is Urardi trying to come around back. Gets double teamed. A pass to an open player and a whistle. Stops the shot. Were they offsides or something? It was a good look for number 10, Giuliana Capello. Oh, they blew the whistle for a penalty before she could get the shot off, so instead she's going to be operating out of the free position. The whistle, in comes Capello, takes a shot, and it's blocked. Might have been deflected by a defender, but either way, it does not get past Karain. A scrum for the loose ball in front of the cage. Wind gusting so bad, my laptop almost blew over. That would have been disaster. And they gave the ball to Newton North. This is Urardi. Flips it over to Kate Larson. Larson starts to charge. Well defended by Charlotte Smith, so she passes it to the back. Coming around the back, uncovered shot, misses wide. Carorias had a good opening there. No one had come over to cover her as she tried to come around the back of the net and fit it into the low corner. It was well covered by Karain, but she just missed it. Newton North maintains possession. Urardi now carrying the ball. Still tied at 1 apiece. Urardi looking for her openings. Just has to flip it over to Tulamari. Tulamari charging, hitting traffic. Guarded by Jada Kelly. She sends a pass to the back. Now another pass flipped back to Tulamari. Tulamari trying to sneak out the back, but Lee Mitchell covering her well. Passes out of the double team to Kate Larson. Larson looking around. Larson fakes, drives in, hits traffic, loses the ball, and I think she drew another penalty. This will be another chance out of the free position for Newton North. Larson scored her last time out of the free position, and so far that counts for Newton North's only goal today. Another chance here, charges in, takes the shot, misses. Slightly wide and a bad hop. Stays with Newton North. And now this is Tulamari. Tulamari looking around, trying to come around. Cannot beat her defender as help comes, so she passes back to Carorias. Back to Tulamari. Now a pass, slightly juggled, loose ball, scrummed for and recovered by Gardner. Brookline finally forces the turnover after a couple of missed shots by Newton North, and now Karain is walking with the ball. Karain looking for her outlet. Finally floats it over. It's recovered by Smith. Smith again running in transition. Ball is poked loose. It's recovered. No, my mistake. That's not Smith. That's Lee Mitchell. Now it's picked up by Charlotte Smith. Smith weaving her way through, and she takes a shot to the face. Shannon McCarthy checking on the opponent. You could tell that was accidental contact, but, you know, penalties in sports rarely measure intent. Like, unless you're looking for like a technical or a flagrant or something, You know, it's not so much what you were trying to do, so much as what happened, because rarely does someone like try to commit a foul in a scenario like that. Smith takes it into the attack area. She passed it over to, I believe, Tien, now to the back. I believe that is Hawkins with the ball. Brookline clearing out. They send one cutting to the net. Tien trying to rough her way through, but hits a wall. Pulls back, tries to spin. Nothing there. Well covered by Sophia Larson. Spins around. She's got an opening. Takes the shot and scores! Maggie Tien, goal number 2. Off the nifty spin move around her defender. Yeah. Buggy keyboard. Sorry about that. 2 goals now on the day for freshman Maggie Tien as she gives Brookline the 2-1 lead. 15:37 on the clock here in the first half as Brookline goes up by 1. Draw is whistled dead. Some kind of violation there. And now it's flipped up and chased down effortlessly by Cooney. Cooney brings it into the attack area, floats a pass over to Hawkins. Hawkins bringing it around the back. Oh, she got the pass to Tien, and Tien got it in! I missed it completely. Maggie Tien already has 3 goals here in the first half. Effortless move there. A nice pass from Birdie Hawkins, which I think is deserving of an assist. You know, the assist rules say, you know, only if there wasn't a defender in front of you, but I think with the way Tien was cutting, I think you can say that was, excuse me, that was an assist by Birdie Hawkins. Draw controlled by Tulamari this time. Tulamari's got 3 draw controls already. Comes around one defender and a whistle is blown. The wind absolutely gusting here at Newton North, as I'm sure you can hear through my microphone. 3-1, the Brookline advantage. Newton North with the ball. Pass goes over to Girardi. Girardi controlling it around the back. Brookline defense has done an effective job limiting the openings for the Newton North offense. Tulamari coming around. Lost the ball! Stripped by the hit from Annabelle Gardner, and the ground ball is picked up by Maggie Tien. She lost it for a second, picks it back up, collides with a defender, and draws a foul. Passes it ahead to Hawkins. Hawkins surveys, passes it back to Smith, who juggles it, but recovers it easily. Now pass back to Rothstein, and now over to Cooney. Cooney over to Sydney Bueno. Now over to Piper Kelly. Now to the back to Hawkins. Hawkins over to Tien. Tien around to Smith and now to Rothstein. Brookline coming around the circle looking for their openings. Rothstein starting to charge. Hits a wall. Looking around. No passing lanes, and she gives it over to Piper Kelly. Kelly sends it up top to Hawkins. Hawkins starting to make a move. And did she draw a penalty on her? Yes, she drew a penalty off her defender, number 5, Elena Morris Kelly. Hawkins out of the free position, but very far away. So she just steps, passes. Pass was juggled and lost, scooped up by Sophie Larson. Heads up play there by the junior, Sophie Larson, to get that ground ball for a critical turnover. Now back to Morris Kelly as she clears it past midfield, still running with it, loses the ball, It's a scrum for it, and the play is blown dead. Oh, and I think they're saying Morris Kelly committed a violation trying to trap the ball. Or no, it is Newton North ball after the scrum between Morris Kelly and Brookline's number 20, Diane Lee. Kate Larson now with the ball for Newton North. Floats a pass over. Bit of a lane for number 17, trying to weave her way through, but the defense comes. They bring the cavalry, and she has to pass back out to Larson. Kate Larson flips it over to Tula Mary. Tula Mary up against Gardner, and Gardner getting a little too physical. Tula Mary charges in, well defended. Trying to come around the back. Mitchell has it covered. And Tula Mary gives back to Girardi. Girardi fakes a pass, still holding it, starts to charge, tries to spin, nothing there. Passes out to Kaylee Calabro. Now over to the corner and now to the back. Now swung over to Kate Larson. Just over 11 minutes left in the half. Larson trying to make a move. Still nothing there. She passes over to Tula Mary. Tula Mary trying to come out the back. Covered by Mitchell. Floats a long pass over to Kate Larson. Larson flips it over to Girardi. Girardi starting to make a move. Fakes a pass to Larson. Still runs with it and underhands it over to Larson. Larson trying to weave her way through. Not a big enough opening, and she passes it back to Girardi. Girardi still trying to fit something into that corner. Spins, low shot, misses wide. A nice idea there by Gabby Girardi, I believe it was. Trying to sneak in a low shot off the spin move. Almost worked, but just a bit wide. Now Kate Larson fakes out her defender, fights her way through, but the ball is stripped from her. Nice recovery by Rothstein with some help defense from Lee Mitchell. Newton North maintains possession. Girardi now trying to make a move. Has to pull back. Covered by Abby Cooney. Pass goes over to Carorias. Now over to Tula Mary. Tula Mary lost the ball, but I think a foul was called on Brookline there, so Newton North will keep the ball. Free position chance now for Tula Mary. Not the best angle at the net, but still a shot. Charges in, trying to force her way through, and she does! The senior, Tula Mary, collects her first goal. Thought she had the first goal of the game earlier, but that one was waved off. This one wasn't. Good work there, good patience as she charged in, then used her body to get some leverage against her defender and get just enough of an opening to where there wasn't much Corain could do to stop it. An intelligent, yet also rough and tumble push to the net for Julia Tula Mary to earn that goal. Draw is controlled by Gabby Girardi. Girardi floats it over to Carorias. Carorias tries to pass, but a foul is called. 8.5 minutes left here in the first half. Brookline with a slim 3-2 lead over Newton North. All three of Brookline's goals coming from Maggie Tian. 1 assist from Charlotte Smith and 1 from Birdie Hawkins. Karori's pass misses the target, but it is chased down by number 8, Lauren Hathaway. It's given over to Kate Larson. And then over to Calabro. And now coming around the back, the pass is flipped over to Tulameri. Tulameri surveys, tries to come around a pick, but the help defense is right there from Abby Cooney. Ball is flipped over to Girardi. Girardi starts to charge. A long shot easily saved by Kaylin Carrain. And really, Newton North is being forced to take a lot of bad, low percentage shots by the Brookline defense, but a potential turnover here as the ball was lost on the outlet pass that was aimed at Charlotte Smith. Instead, it's going to be picked up by Girardi. So with just over 7 minutes left in the first half, Newton North gets a bit of a break here as they reset the possession. Calabro with the ball, passes it over to Lauren Hathaway, who draws a foul. Hathaway a bit further away from the net and not with a great angle. Out of the free position, she moves in, gets swarmed by defenders, and flips it over to Girardi. Girardi over to Kate Larson. Larson tries to get around and basically gets pushed into the turf by Annabelle Gardner. Brookline defense, very physical, but ultimately it's been effective. Operating out of the free position now. Chance for Kate Larson. Floats a pass, just misses her target. That would have been a great look for Beckett Houston. Instead, the loose ball picked up by Lauren Hathaway, passed back over to Houston. Houston starts to make a move and draws another whistle. This one against Lee Mitchell. So it'll be Houston operating out of the free position now as she floats a pass over to Calabro. Kaylee Calabro, no openings. Flips it back to Kate Larson, who juggles it but picks it up easily. Larson trying to cross over. Help defense comes. Floats a pass. Karori's couldn't get it in. Shot might have gone just wide. Turned away by Carrain. It was a great pass, but they could not get it past the wall of Carrain. Brookline operating in transition. The pass goes to Rothstein. Rothstein gives it over to Hawkins. Hawkins draws a whistle before she can fire her shot. Less than 5 minutes left in the half. Brookline still with a slim lead, but now finally with a chance at offense, they'd like to expand it. Birdie Hawkins out of the free position. Charges in, takes a shot, and it's turned away by Rogue. Loose ball being chased after. It's scooped away by Tien and recovered by Smith. Charlotte Smith passing it over to Hawkins. Hawkins coming around the back. Hits a wall. Pass. Misses Cooney. And it's a loose ball on the turf being scrummed for. Still being scrummed for. No one can get a clean handle on it. And finally, a whistle is blown as I think Hawkins' stick came down a little too hard on Sophie Larson, who has been all over those ground balls on the defensive end for Newton North. The Tigers reclaim possession with less than 4 minutes left in the half. This is Shannon McCarthy running with the ball into the attack area. Still running with it. Now runs out of room and goes around behind the net. Excuse me again. Now coming out of the back, I believe that's Lauren Hathaway. Hathaway sends pass back to Calabro. Now she sends one over. And coming around the back is, can't quite read the number. I want to guess Karori's? Or it might be someone I haven't seen up to this point. Pass is sent over to 13. 13 fakes out her defender but draws a whistle. A slick move by the co-captain Jillian Solari. She's got a free position chance, pretty close, not the worst angle. Good potential scoring chance, charges in, takes the shot, misses high. Loose ball is recovered by Rothstein, and a whistle is blown against Newton North. Great defensive matchup between Brookline and Newton North here. Score remains 3-2. Pass is flipped over to Kelly, sent ahead to Mitchell, who's struggling to pick up the ball, now gets it. Mitchell floats a pass ahead, finds Cooney. Cooney runs it into the attack area, sends a pass ahead to Hawkins. Hawkins cuts in, tries to spin, fakes, hits a defensive wall, and passes back out to Cooney, who flips it out to Smith. Now they're waving it around. Tien has the ball in the corner. And she sends it over to, I believe, Julia Janowski. Now over to Hawkins, who juggles it but picks it back up. Back to Cooney. And to Smith. Brookline just going around the circle looking for an opening. Rothstein with the ball at the top. Floats a pass over to Janowski. Janowski starting to move in. Tries a desperate shot. And I think she drew a whistle there. It wasn't a good look for Janowski, but she does a good job drawing the foul to keep possession for her team and get a chance out of the free position. Straightaway shot, but a bit far out. Tries to make her move, takes a shot off the bar. So Brookline not able to capitalize on that offensive chance. And it's back to Newton North. Now the ball is lost in transition, but scooped up by the Tigers, by Beckett Houston. Pass goes over to McCarthy. McCarthy running with it. Almost lost the ball, but drew a whistle against Smith. And so she'll keep running with it into the attack end. McCarthy coming around one defender, crashing the net, tries to force one through Karain and can't. The wall of Karain rejects another enemy advance as the score remains 3-2, and Brookline gets the ball as Newton North's offense wasn't set up, but a long outlet pass misses wildly. It's picked up near the sidelines by Brookline. I believe that's Diane Lee trying to fight her way through the Newton North defense, draws a whistle. And there's the horn for halftime. The score through the first half, Brookline 3, Newton North 2. Anyone's game at this stage. Kind of close, hard-fought contest you'd want to see between these two schools. As we head into the break, quick roundup of the stats so far. For Brookline, leading the way offensively is Maggie Tien. She's got all three of the team's goals. One of them assisted by Charlotte Smith and one assisted by Bertie Hawkins. For Newton North, it's been 2 goals out of the free position, one by Kate Larson and one by Julia Tulamari. And now that we're at halftime, I'd like to take a moment for a local charity spotlight. Today we're going to talk about the Brookline Education Foundation. The Brookline Education Foundation raises funds to help promote growth and innovation among Brookline educators, growth that can then be passed on to the children of this community. For over 40 years, this foundation has given out a variety of grants across the educational landscape. These include Idea Lab grants for teachers that want to present their students with new and exciting projects, and teacher grants for educators that want to further develop their own skills to bring to the classroom. Many initiatives which have become staples in the public schools of Brookline started as BEF grants. They support literacy education training, new methods in STEM education, project-based learning, mentoring of new principals and superintendents, and collaborative work around diversity, equity, and inclusion, just to name a few. Visit brooklinefoundation.org or call 617 232 3846 to find out how you can help support our town's educators and through them, our students. Once again, that's brooklinefoundation.org or call 617 232 3846. And remember, you can find all that information, website URL, and phone number for the Brookline Education Foundation in the description section of this video down below. And if you know of any local charities that you think deserve a local charity spotlight on these streams, tell them to reach out to me. You can see my email address in the bottom right corner of your screen. Half time, Brookline 3, Newton North 2. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I'll be going off the mic for a minute, but I'll be back for the second half of this contest. Stay tuned. Back on the mic, I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan coming to you live from Newton North High School in Newton, Massachusetts. Bringing you live coverage of today's high school girls lacrosse matchup between the Brookline High Warriors and the Newton North High Tigers. As we get ready to start the second half of this contest, the visiting Warriors with a narrow 3-2 lead over the Tigers, led by 3 goals from freshman Maggie Tian, who has now scored 9 goals this week between the 3 she's scored so far today and the 6 that she tallied against Milton High on Tuesday. Both defenses doing a stellar job. Newton North's tallies come from a pair of free position goals, one by Kate Larson and one by Giulia Tulameri. Both teams kind of struggling offensively. Newton North not getting a lot of great looks at the net. Brookline not getting a lot of looks for offense in general, as Newton North has generally been controlling the possession game. So both teams got to try and find something new if they're going to break things open here in the second half. 25 minutes on the clock. Here we go. First draw, deflects a couple times, and is chased down by Kate Larson. So Newton North with the first possession. Oh, but a errant pass collection by Gabby Girardi, but cleaned up by Kate Larson, who gives it right back to Girardi, who takes it into the attack area. So already you see a sliver of what Brookline really needs to work on this half. Newton North has been killing it on the ground balls today and done a good job maintaining possession even when shots don't go for them. This is Tula Mary with the ball, covered by Jada Kelly, trying to come around. Help defense arrives, tries to float a pass, finds Girardi. Girardi is turned away by Corain. Great stop by Kaylin Corain. It was a good pass by Newton North from Tula Mary to Girardi, just a better stop by the iron wall of Corain. Faith Rothstein really running this one and fires! Oh my gosh! Faith Rothstein just kept running and going, they're not covering me. I'll just take my shot then. And she took her shot and she scored. A critical insurance goal for Brookline as they now go up by 2. 4-2 now the mark as Faith Rothstein scores just over a minute into the second half. Back to the draw circle we go. And the draw being scrummed for and whistle blown. And the ball is going to go to Brookline. That was a little confusing for a sec, but the ball is taken by the Warriors by Birdie Hawkins, who flips it over to Rothstein. Rothstein now over to Maggie Tien. She's got 3 goals already as she swings it over to Hawkins. Hawkins has 1 assist so far today. She gives it over to Tien, now over to Rothstein, who just scored the first goal of the second half. Now she surveys her options, runs towards the middle, tries to find a slight edge and draws a whistle. The help defense was coming. Her window was narrowing, but just got slightly hooked by her primary defender there, and Faith Rothstein now gets to operate out of the free position. Rothstein charges, passes. Oh, it was juggled and lost by Tien. Or no, by Tien. It's recovered by Kaylee Colabro, who is trying to escape the forward pressure from Brookline. Still doing a good job holding onto the ball. Finally flips a pass over to, I believe, Elena Morris-Kelly. Morris-Kelly throws a pass ahead, finds her target. I think that's Girardi. Running it into the attack end for Newton North. Now behind the net. Starting to come out. And a whistle is blown against Abby Cooney. Defense too physical against Gabby Girardi. And Girardi will get a chance out of the free position. Long shot, and it's walled off again by Kaylin Corain. A different kind of approach there as the outlet pass completes to Rothstein. Girardi was thinking of just winding up and going for a long shot, trying to get a good skip, but well blocked by Kaylin Corain, who's done a great job in net, not just today, but all season. Brookline still maintaining possession. This is Hawkins drawing a whistle. Now she floats a pass. It gets past Rothstein, and I think this one's going to go out of bounds and go to Newton North. No, it's going to be scooped up inbounds, I believe, by Sophie Larson. She's had a number of ground balls today. And I think we got some contact with the head there, and that's going to whistle the play stopped. And so Giuliana Capello will be carrying the ball after that play was blown dead. That almost actually made things harder for Capello as she loses the ball. She was triple covered, and the ground ball is scooped up by Brookline. Piper Kelly with the ball for the Warriors brings it into the attack end. Or no, I misread that completely. Now the pass goes to Piper Kelly from Charlotte Smith. Pass to Tien, now over to Hawkins. Hawkins surveys. Coming around the back. Pass back to Tien. Tien trying to sneak her way around. Lost the ball. Good defense there by Newton North's number 18, Emma Laredo. As Tien almost had a great chance there. The ball is loose, but scooped up by Sophie Larson. Passed ahead to Tulamari. Tulamari floats one ahead to Girardi. Girardi being followed around the back by Annabelle Gardner. Still carrying it is Girardi. Looking for an option, fakes, but nowhere to go. She sends pass over to Calabro. And that pass is sent clumsily over to Tulamari. Tulamari coming out of the back. Slight opening, breaks through the middle. Shot misses high. Tulamari did a good job finding an opening to break through, but just couldn't deliver on her shot. Ball stays with Newton North. Trying to figure out where the ball is. Okay, there it is. And we've got a whistle. Tulamari with the ball in the corner. Charging out. Nowhere to go. Flips it over to Karori's. Now back to Tulamari. Tulamari still has it. Crosses over, charges in, walled off, pulls back. Pass over to Capello. Now over to Calabro. And now ball with Kate Larson. Larson coming out of the back. No openings. Tries to charge, gets walled off, and has to pass out of it. Just holding it in the corner. Newton North trying to create a passing lane, but they're just not opening up. And finally, a pass away to Tulamari behind the net. Tulamari still holding it. Flips it over. Charging in. Gardner in coverage. Does well to fend off the potential attack, I think, from Lauren Hathaway, as it's instead flipped back out. This is Girardi trying to get around her defender. No opening. Passes over to Karori's. 16.5. Tulamari gives it to Kate Larson. Larson trying to sneak in around the back. Nowhere to go. Passes out. I think this is Girardi. Girardi pulls back. Pass to Tulamari. Pass to the back. This is Karori's trying to come out the back Looks for a passing lane. It's juggled, picked up by Tulamari, and the shot finds pay dirt. Giulia Tulamari, her second goal of this contest. As she once again cuts the Brookline lead down to just one as we've got a timeout called. Pass was floated up from Camille Carrories, but was juggled. But again, Newton North has been on those ground balls all day, and it's why they're dominating possession so far today. And that time, Tulamari turned it into a score. .15:45 left in the second half as timeout is called. Brookline still the narrow advantage. But they've had a lot of trouble getting more offensive chances. They've been converting, I would say, at a higher clip of their offensive possessions, but their offensive possessions are not lasting that long. Newton North is kind of dominating the ball. Brookline coming out of the timeout. As we get ready for the draw. Once again, Abby Cooney against Giulia Tulamari. On the draw, Tulamari joined by Urardi and Kate Larson in the circle, while Cooney is flanked by Faith Rothstein and Bertie Hawkins. And this one is flipped towards the Brookline end, and it's scooped up by Tulamari, but whistle stops her forward momentum, and she has to start over. Tulamari still brings it into the attack area, being defended now by Diane Lee. Pass from Tulamari, juggled but finds its target. Now sent up top to Beckett Houston. Now over to Kaylee Calabro. Thought she had an opening, but it wasn't quite there, so she pulled back. Now coming out of the back, I believe, is Carrories. Flips a pass over to Urardi. Urardi trying to fight her way through, takes a shot and scores the equalizer. Gabby Urardi, her first goal of the day, knots this thing up at 4 apiece. A lot of lacrosse still left to play. 14 minutes and 47 seconds left in regulation. And you definitely got to say in regulation now, because with a tie score, who knows what could potentially happen here. And the draw goes back towards the Newton North end, where it's scooped up by Tulamari. Passed ahead to Urardi. Again, Newton North has been dominant on the draws today. And if not for Brookline's stellar defensive play, they could be trailing by, well, first of all, they could be trailing, and they could be trailing by a lot, given how much Newton North has been dominating possession. Pass goes out, it's juggled and lost, but Rothstein could not chase it down. Instead, it's recovered by Larson. Kate Larson charging in, taking a shot, misses wide. Might have been deflected by Karain, but either way, the out of bounds is chased down by the Tigers. This is Kurori's up against Lee. Spins. Not enough opening as the health defense arrived. Try to pass. It was off the mark, and it's recovered by Faith Rothstein. Pass goes ahead to Hawkins, and now Brookline with an offensive chance. First one they've had in quite a bit. And actually, no, now it's passed over to Hawkins, as I think that might have been number 8, Riley Lackey, who passed it over to Hawkins. Now the ball given over to Abby Cooney, who sends it over to Piper Kelly. Back up top to Cooney, who gives it over to Rothstein. Now over to Tien. Tien had 3 goals in the first half, but has not found the back of the net yet here in the second. Now Rothstein starting to make her move in. Coming around, no openings. And she retreats and a whistle is blown. Rothstein gives it over to Hawkins. Hawkins looking around. Now I think gave it over to Lackey, sent behind the net. To Cooney. Cooney trying to sneak around the back. Spins, shoots, misses wide. Rebound scooped up by Charlotte Smith. Smith, quick pass to Tien. Tien trying to fight her way through, but gets double teamed. Tien now tries a spin. Spins again, shoots, scores! Maggie Tien back on the scoreboard with her first goal of the second half. She saw an opportunity against single coverage, brought the double spin, and got just enough of an opening to launch that one past Roju and put Brookline back up 5-4. 4 goals so far today for Maggie Tien. She's scored 10 this week. Draw is up in the air. Scrummed for, still scrummed for, and it's going to be chased down by Cooney. A rare draw control for Brookline, but it looks like they might lose the ball quick. Loose ball. Being chased after, being scrummed for. No one can get it cleanly. Now scooped up by Piper Kelly. Brookline recovers from what was almost a quick turnover. Now Faith Rothstein gives it over to Bertie Hawkins. Hawkins gives it over to Tien. Tien a long pass out to Rothstein. Now over to Smith. Smith swings it over and we got a whistle. Whatever that was, Brookline maintains possession. Smith over to Rothstein. Rothstein over to Cooney. Now to Tien. Now to Hawkins. Hawkins trying to sneak out the back. Nothing there. Coming around the other side. Still trying to weave her way around. Tries a pass inside. Finds Tien, but turned away by Roju. Nice rebound recovery by Maggie Tien off a nice stop from Audrey Rogue. And the Brookline offense resets. Cooney pass to Rothstein. Now to Hawkins. Now over to Piper Kelly. And now to Smith. Smith, pass along the back to I think Riley Lackey, and now over to Maggie Tien. Tien surveying her options from behind. Pass to a cutting Hawkins, who collects the ball and draws a whistle. She looked like she was about to try and bring the shifty feet to try and get an opening in front of the net. Instead, she's going to have a chance out of the free position. Hawkins charges, shoots, save by Rogue. A huge stop by the senior netminder for the Tigers as they keep the deficit at 1 with less than 10 minutes left. Running with it now is Danielle Morill. Morill still running with it. And finally, flips it over to Tulameri. And a whistle blown. And now out of the foul, we get a pass to Calabro. Now over to McCarthy. McCarthy sends it over to Kate Larson. Larson trying to come out the back. Help defense comes. Nice pass to a cutting Tulameri. Stopped by Karain. That was a huge save by Kaylin Karain. That one looked like it was going to be an equalizer. You know, again, we've seen it a few times today. A great pass, a good angle for the shot, and just a better save by the keeper. Score stays 5-4. Brookline still with possession. Hawkins carrying the ball, being pursued heavily in transition by the Newton North defense. Pass back is juggled but recovered by Lee Mitchell. Now Mitchell draws a whistle against Newton North's number 13, Jillian Solari. Mitchell again draws a collision. Keeps running with it. Tries to force her way through. Another whistle. Physical transition defense here from the Tigers. They do not want Brookline in the attack end. Lee Mitchell keeps the ball. Now passes it back to Smith. Smith takes off, takes it into the attack area easily. Weaves her way through. Big chance. Shot is in! Charlotte Smith with the insurance goal. Smith, the first player on either side to record both an assist and a goal. She's now got one of each as Brookline goes up 6-4 with 7:28 remaining. And a timeout is called. Once again, I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, bringing you live coverage of today's high school girls lacrosse game between Brookline and Newton North. If you're enjoying the broadcast, be sure to hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all my upcoming live streams. Today may be the last day of the regular season, but we got playoffs coming up for a couple of Brookline teams. So be sure to stay tuned. Subscribing to the channel can help with that. If you got anything you want to say, I know the Wi-Fi has been a little in and out. I hope that hasn't been too much trouble for you guys watching the stream. Hope there haven't been any major audio issues. If you're experiencing major technical issues, let me know in the live chat. If it gets really egregious, I am not only doing a stream, I'm also recording this. So if the buffering gets really egregiously bad, you know, I'll be able to check that out and just upload a recorded version later. Also, again, if you notice me flubbing the pronunciation of anyone's names, I encourage you to let me know in the live chat. And also, just if you want to say, you know, go Brookline or go Newton, or shout out your favorite player, all stuff you can do in the live chat, and I encourage the audience participation. Out of the timeout, we now come following the goal by Charlotte Smith. She now has a goal and an assist today. Maggie Tian, of course, leading the way offensively with 4 goals, while Faith Rothstein has 1 goal and Bertie Hawkins has 1 assist. For Newton North, Julia Tulameri leading the way, the senior co-captain with 2 goals, and then 1 goal each from juniors Kate Larson and Gabby Urardi. .7:28 on the clock here in the second half. Back to the draw we go, and it goes right into the pocket of Rothstein. She gets hacked from behind, but not cleanly. And so Rothstein stays with it, brings it to the attack area. The Brookline offense is back in action. Rothstein sends it over to Hawkins, who almost lost it but recovers it. Pass out now to Smith. Back to the middle to Rothstein. Now over to Cooney. Cooney floats it over to Tian. Tian to the back to Hawkins. Brookline sending it around the circle as it goes back to Smith. Now over to Piper Kelly. Back to Rothstein. Or no, that was Riley Lackey. Now over to Maggie Tian. And now along the back to Hawkins. Hawkins, long pass out to Cooney. Now over to Rothstein. Rothstein being pursued heavily on the defense. She flips pass over to Hawkins. Hawkins coming around the back. Brookline now with the longer offensive possession. Pass to a cutting Rothstein. Shot is turned away by Roju. You know, I've been giving a lot of credit to Kaylin Karain, but you got to give some credit as well to Audrey Rogue. She's had some nice stops to help keep Newton North in this game. And a whistle is blown as Danielle Morill was getting swarmed by several Brookline defenders in transition. Again, Morill running out of room. And another whistle is blown. It's going to stay with Morill. Now running with it. Pass goes ahead to Sophie Larson, who's mostly been on the defensive end this whole time. Now coming on the attack, Sophie Larson looking around, almost had an opening there, but couldn't quite get it. And she sends the pass and switches back out. Urardi coming around the back. She's got 1 goal already, and she draws a whistle there. Gabby Urardi trying to cut it down. Back down to a 1-goal deficit. Out of the free position now. Charge in. Shot. Save again by Karain. Now Calabro starting to charge in. No room to move. I think she wanted a foul call there, but didn't get it. Calabro now coming around the back, tries to fit one in. Karain says no. Oh, but dangerous chance and a whistle is blown. Karain decided to chase after the loose ball and got boxed out. That could have been potentially dangerous, but the foul is going to be called against Newton North, and Brookline now gets the ball. Smith with the ball. Sends a pass back to Karain. Karain surveying her options. Looking for an outlet pass. Not really getting much of an opening. Now sends a long pass. It's juggled by Mitchell. I don't think she's going to collect this one. And a whistle is going to be blown, and I think this is going to give the ball, and it will give the ball to Newton North. Jillian Solari now with the ball. Solari coming across the middle, trying to force her way through, and is walled off cleanly. Passes back to Calabro. Now over to Kate Larson. Larson with 1 goal today. As she comes around behind the net. Larson looking around. Fakes, comes around, fakes, pass inside, juggled and lost by Tula Mary, and we've got a whistle blown. And it looks like the foul is going to be against Brookline, and Larson is going to get another chance out of the free position. She's scored once on these opportunities, and there's just over 2 minutes left. Charging in, shot, that one scores! Kate Larson, her 2nd goal of the game. This is a 1-goal game once again. 2 minutes and 8 seconds left in regulation, and anything can happen. Larson now the 2nd multi-goal scorer for Newton North, just the 3rd multi-goal scorer between both teams in what has been a stout defensive battle. Off the draw, it's scooped up by Rothstein. Pass back to Cooney. Cooney brings it into the attack area herself. Brookline offense gets set up. Less than 2 minutes left. Pass over to Piper Kelly. Kelly, pass over to Cooney. Cooney looking around, well defended, but does get around and keeps running with it. Oh, but an illegal screen is called against Brookline. That's a critical mistake on the Warriors as they were trying to possibly run out some clock there. Minute 27 left. It's a 1-goal game, and Newton North gets the ball back. Morill lost the ball immediately, but the whistle is blown. Now Morill running with it again. Pass misses. Tula Mary. It's a turnover that was scooped up, I believe, by Jada Kelly, and she draws a whistle that keeps the ball with Brookline. Sends a pass ahead. Almost lost out of bounds, but couldn't be, just barely is scooped up cleanly by, I want to say, Riley Lackey. Now Lackey heading towards the corner. Ball is stripped from behind, but she scoops it back up, and she flips a pass over to Maggie Tien. The Newton North defense has to get persistent and physical now as Tien tries to force her way through and draws a whistle. 33.4 seconds still left in this one. A huge ground ball grab by Jada Kelly gave Brookline back the ball after what looked like a potentially costly turnover. And now Brookline trying to hold on to this 1-goal lead. Just over 30 seconds left. Pass goes to Hawkins. Hawkins passes out to Rothstein. Rothstein back to Hawkins. Hawkins holding it. Still holding it. Now sends a pass over to Cooney. Cooney floats it back to Hawkins. Hawkins lost the ball. Still trying to recover it. Still trying to chase it down, and she does recover it. 10 seconds left. Brookline just running out the clock. Pass goes to Tien. Tien's got plenty of open space. Just going to charge across the middle. Take one last shot, and that's the dagger! With 2.8 seconds left, Maggie Tien puts an exclamation mark on this match. The freshman's 5th goal of the game and 11th goal of the week. What a stellar pair of games she's had to close out this regular season. 7-5 the score. We're going to have one last draw, and then the final seconds will tick away. Just 2.8 ticks left here in this game. Draw is up in the air, and there's the final horn. Brookline closes out the regular season in style with a win over their dreaded rival Newton North. In their 2 games to celebrate their 2 seniors, Brookline picks up 2 wins for the week as they close out the season strong to get ready for next week's playoffs. What a thriller this one was. Back and forth all the way. Neither team ever led by more than 2. Final offensive stats for the game. Maggie Tien again leading the Brookline offense with 5 goals, just 1 short of the mark she had against Milton on Tuesday. Charlotte Smith, a strong performance, 1 goal and 1 assist. 1 goal from Faith Rothstein and 1 assist from Birdie Hawkins. For Newton North, leading the way scoring-wise, they had 2 goals from senior co-captain Julia Tulameri, 2 goals from Kate Larson, and 1 goal from Gabby Girardi. But really, while I can give stats for the offense, the one thing, unfortunately, I don't have stats for is just how stellar both teams' defenses were. I mean, you got to give a lot of credit to the defensive players. You know, in particular, the 2 opposing netminders. Kaylin Corain, a stellar job for Brookline, showing why she was chosen as team MVP during the athletics banquet earlier this week. And for Newton North, senior Audrey Rogue does come away with a loss, but you got to tip your cap to the senior, her last regular season game, and she also put on a spectacular show between the pipes. Hats off to both teams. Hats off to both groups of seniors. For Newton North, Camille Kuroris, Gloria Shepard, Julia Tulameri, Jillian Solari, and Audrey Rogue. And for Brookline, their 2 seniors, Lee Mitchell and Jada Kelly. You know, Jada Kelly, not a name I said a lot, but she was always out there sort of anchoring that Brookline defense. And in the last seconds, she came through huge with a big ground ball recovery to give Brookline back the ball so they could round up, so that they could, tick off the last seconds of the clock before burying that last second goal to make it a 2-score game. And of course, Lee Mitchell was fantastic on defense all game long. I said her name a lot in those one-on-one situations, and she did a stellar job, as did several Brookline players on that defensive side. So that is going to wrap things up here at Newton North High School in Newton, Massachusetts. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Thank you so much for tuning in to this live coverage of high school girls lacrosse. If you enjoyed this broadcast, be sure to hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all my upcoming live streams. I don't have anything scheduled yet, but the playoffs are coming up. Excuse me. The playoffs are coming up, and I will be in touch with the coaches to see what they would like me to do for covering the playoffs next week. So be sure to stay tuned for that. If you've got anything you'd like to say and the stream's already over, feel free to say it down in the comment section down below. Speaking of down below, check out the description section where you can find all the information you need about our local charity spotlight, the Brookline Education Foundation. Find out how you can help support our town's educators and through them, our students. Be sure to check out the bottom right corner of your screen where you can see the URL to my personal website, jessesports.com. Find out more about me, the services that I provide as a freelance sports broadcaster, and how you can commission those services for your favorite team or player. Below that, you can see my email address, jgms88@gmail.com. You can email me directly if you have any questions you'd like to ask me or anything you'd like to say at all. And below that, a link to my Instagram account where I post highlights from previous live streams. Some of you may have seen that this morning I posted highlights from Tuesday's game showing Maggie Tian's scoring fest against Milton. And I'll have plenty of more highlights, both offensive and defensive, to choose from to post for Instagram later this weekend. So be sure to look out for that. And as always, if you I think I said this already, but as always, if you enjoy the broadcast, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on everything coming up. The regular season is over, but there's still plenty of lacrosse left to play. Final score, Brookline 7, Newton North 5. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan from Newton North High School, signing off. Thank you all for watching, and have a good weekend.